Hey there, welcome to the Million Dollar Marketing Show. I'm your host, Jodi Sodini. Dive deep with us into the marketing maze where we're going to tackle the big business questions head on, share expert insights, and crack the code on what it really takes to take your business to $1 million and beyond. Whether you're a battle-tested entrepreneur or just stepping into the arena, this podcast is your arsenal for strategies that hit the mark, expert advice that you can bank on, and of course, a good laugh or two. So grab your drink of choice, settle in, and let's get ready to turn your business into a powerhouse together. Hey there, it's Jodi Sodini. Welcome back to the Million Dollar Marketing Podcast. In today's episode, I'm going to be unlocking for you a strategy that keeps your business working smoothly and the engine running even when you're taking time off. So really timely episode because I know that there are a lot of you that like to slow down in the summertime. You've maybe got kids at home, or maybe just in a transition time, or you like to garden during the summer. And so you just have your attention is elsewhere and you just want to slow down. Or even if it's not just a summertime thing, I think a lot of us crave some of that like passive revenue strategy to keep things going, even when we can't be full-time or present in our business 24/7, right? Nobody wants to be working 24/7. I know I, as well as all of my listeners, none of us started our business to have to be working 24/7. So I want to talk about this strategy a little bit, and it's about like evergreen ads and funnels. And I know this is probably not a new term for you, but basically evergreen ads and funnels means that they're always on and it's always running and it's bringing in 24/7 sales. So it's whether you're planning a summer retreat or simply reducing your hours so that you can enjoy more personal time. Evergreen ads are going to ensure that your revenue doesn't take a big hit. So I'm going to dive deep into that today on this episode about how these ads can actually work tirelessly to keep your leads and your sales coming in no matter where you are or what you're doing. That's the dream, right? Is that we can be on a beach sipping a martini and having leads and sales coming in. And the interesting thing is that we look at that and say like, that's not even possible, or like, that's such a pie in the sky thing. And it's really not. And I can tell you it's not because I have multiple clients that are able to do that. All right. So first, talking about the power of evergreen ads. They're like the dream team member that you've always wanted. They're always on duty. They are never tired and they're consistently effective. So these ads are designed to be timeless and always relevant and always engaging. They're going to ensure that your marketing doesn't just work, it works efficiently, and it's going to attract and convert leads around the clock. I don't know if you've seen that reel my friend Elise Dharma does. I think it's actually one of her ads where she's, doing her arm around the clock. And it's like, okay, how a CEO works. And it's like, 9 to 5, how an employee works 9 to 5. And then how, evergreen ads work is around the clock. She's swinging her arm around. It's so funny. So this continuous lead generation is crucial. It's not just for maintaining your business, but for scaling your business revenue, even when you're not actively managing in your business, right? I don't want you to think that you have to be actively running your business in order to have evergreen ads going. If you're working with a really great ads agency, then you can trust that they have your best interests at heart. I can tell you that when we're running evergreen ad campaigns for our clients, that we're updating them enough, not so much that they're overwhelmed with it or overwhelmed with the data or the information, because there's a need to know, there's a want to know, and then internally for the team, we're daily optimizing, discussing, having conversations about these client campaigns that are running evergreen. And so we handle all of that. We make sure that you have the highest level of success possible. And if you don't, then we're optimizing and working until you do. So I want to talk about that summer strategy, right? The set it and forget it. So summer really for a lot of people is that time of relaxation. We don't want the extra stress. Our kids are home. Maybe as an entrepreneur, you feel like you're torn between your business and your personal life. And this is honestly where the beauty of evergreen ads really come into play. So for instance, Elise, who I just mentioned, she runs a thriving, successful online business, and she manages to keep her work week to like 20 hours or less thanks to her evergreen ad strategy. So her slow funnel has been like, for her, a set it and forget it system. It brings in that revenue while she focuses on her new role as a mom. And then similarly, Michelle, she uses her summers while she's constantly like engaging with her kids. They're in a lot of sports. They're high achieving kids in school. And so it's constant, but especially in the summertime, she's using some of that extra time to bond with her kids. And so she's relying on that evergreen ad strategy, that evergreen funnel to sustain her business cash flow. And both of these are really perfect examples of how aligning your ad strategy with your lifestyle, it can lead to a really, really significant personal and professional reward, right? You get to have that home lifestyle that you want. You get to have that dream lifestyle that you want and have a thriving business. It's not an or, it's an and, right? You can have both. So let's talk about crafting an evergreen ad campaign. So really you have to start with that strong, really relevant messaging. The messaging is one of the biggest drivers of the success of this. So what is the core benefit of your product or your service that never changes? I want you to build your campaign around that appeal that has endurance, that has longevity. So next, you want to develop ad content that stays fresh and engaging over time. So this involves understanding your audience deeply and creating that messaging that resonates with them on a really deep and fundamental level. So with Sodini Marketing, we do a whole intake process with your messaging. We create a whole creative brief with my creative director, and we dive really deep into your messaging and make sure that you're nailing that, because it really does drive a lot of the soft stats in Ads Manager. And we know that those soft stats in the Ads Manager are going to drive all the success all the way through the funnel. We look at everything all the way through the funnel, but we know those soft stats at the top are really one of the key drivers to the success. So we want to make sure that that messaging is on point. Next, you're going to set up that targeting to maintain that steady stream of traffic to your ads. So with the targeting, what we've seen working really well lately is a mix of broad or Advantage Plus targeting, some lookalikes, and then some interest base. Also, make sure that you're always targeting your warm audience and you always have retargeting on. I just did another episode about always on retargeting, so make sure you catch that episode as well. So definitely be reviewing, adjusting your campaigns regularly. And so this is where having an agency to support you instead of having to DIY it or, having to worry about yourself is that you don't have to do that as well. So it's even more passive at that point. So you just have to make sure that they're continuing to perform well. And then you're going to use all your analytics to inform your decisions, because the data tells us a story of exactly what's working and what's not, and where we need to focus our attention. So if the data is telling us a story that the ad stats are less than desirable, they're outside of KPI, then we want to make sure that we're focusing on fresh copy and creatives in order to bring those in. If the stats are telling us a story that the first step of the funnel is not converting as it should, then we're going to focus on what can we do in order to improve that and get those numbers up. And then let's say the stats are telling us a story that traffic is getting from the ads and then to the sales page, but they're not converting on the order form. So that order form should have like a 50% conversion rate. And let's say you're only seeing like 12%. Whoa, red flag, right? We've got to see what can we do on that order form. It's so interesting because we've been going through this literally live with a client who launched a new slow funnel recently. And she came to me and she said, I want to continue to build my list throughout the summer, ideally a list of buyers, so that I can seed for my launch in the fall. So at the end of the summer, early fall is when she does like a higher ticket launch. And so seeding that launch with a list of low ticket buyers has worked for her well in the past. And so let's do it. So we started ads to a slow funnel, and we have been watching that data. We've been letting that data tell us a story, and we've been optimizing each step. The soft stats have been great from the beginning, which is fantastic. And then we've had a couple sticking points throughout the funnel, but making sure that we're looking at the data, letting that data tell us a story, and then update things all the way through. And then we've got a really great evergreen self-liquidating offer funnel that brings in that passive revenue that's also seeding her fall launch. Now, that woman was thinking ahead and hired us early enough to really get this going to seed that launch. And I think that is fantastic. So next, we're going to talk about maintaining and scaling your evergreen campaigns. So while evergreen ads are designed to be low maintenance, they aren't no maintenance. The best marketers, the best ad agencies, they know that occasional tweaks based on performance can really improve the effectiveness and dramatically increase the performance of the overall campaign. So you do have to know how to monitor your evergreen campaigns and make really smart data-driven adjustments and decisions based on that data that's coming from the ads manager and through your funnel. You'll want to make sure that you refresh your ad copy and creatives, and we want to make sure that you're updating your targeting of your audience so that you can boost that engagement and your conversions. So this wraps up our discussion about evergreen ads and your evergreen funnels, and using them as your around-the-clock sales team. So integrating this strategy into your business means that you can really enjoy more of that freedom that is really the core of why you started your business, whether that's just taking a summer break or scaling back your hours without having to sacrifice your business's revenue. So if you're ready to build your own evergreen ad system and you need some guidance, check out my Funnel and Ads VIP Day. I really would love to spend a dedicated day planning and creating a personalized strategy that fits seamlessly into the business model that you are just dreaming to have. So visit sodinimarketing.com or just hit me up on Messenger on Facebook to chat about booking a session. So thanks for tuning in to this episode of $1 Million Marketing. Don't forget to jump into our next episode. We release a podcast every single Wednesday. Until then, keep scaling, keep enjoying your business and the lifestyle that you created by deciding to be an entrepreneur, and make your business work for you. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of the $1 Million Marketing Show. If you enjoyed today's deep dive into the world of marketing, make sure you hit that subscribe button so that you never miss an episode. And hey, if you're feeling extra generous, drop us a review and spread the word to your fellow entrepreneurs. Your support means the world to us, and it really helps us reach more entrepreneurs just like you. Until next time, remember that in business, if you're not moving forward, you're falling behind. I'll catch you on the next episode.